Today I'm going to be creating 2 Christmas cards using the October 2023 My Monthly Hero Kit from Hero Arts. Hi everyone, I'm Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. I would love it if you subscribed, liked this video, and shared it with your friends. Now before I get started, here is a quick look at the premium kit, which includes the classic and the premium options. We have a little bit for everybody, from stamps to dies, window scenes, sentiments, tons of cardstock, and these gorgeous vellum snowflakes. Now I'm going to be creating a window scene, which is a 3-piece layering set. Now what's really cool about this though is you can use these all together to layer up and create a window, or use them individually. So I am grabbing some cardstock that was included in the kit. There is a ton of cardstock and it is gorgeous. Now I'm going to start with my base, I shouldn't say base layer, but it's my first layer in the back of my scene, which is going to be just this single tree that I die cut from white cardstock. Next, I'm using more of a lighter blue. This is going to be my middle layer that I'm die cutting from more of a light blue. And then I have my last layer, which is going to give me this frame and these trees. That's going to be the top layer of my scene. And this I die cut out of the frosted shimmer cardstock that's included in the kit. It is absolutely beautiful. Now I take my craft pick and I just go through and pop out any of the little bits that are still stuck in there. Same thing for each of the layers. I'm just going to pop all of those out. Then as I grab each of the layers, that single tree is in the back. We have our middle piece and then the top piece with those kind of bare bare trees in the front. Beautiful color combination. So now you can see I had an open area that's going to see through to the background. I'm going to bring in a light blue ink, which this is Cornflower, and I'm adding it kind of in the center of my cardstock, just really light-handed, not a ton of color or a ton of pressure. I'm going to bring in, I think this is the Swirling Stars stencil that's just released this month, and I'm going to place that over my blended area, come in with that same Cornflower ink and go over it just a little bit heavier handed. So a very tone-on-tone look. So this is going to be the piece that is behind my scene, and it looks perfect with my window scene. Then I'm going to start adhering everything together. So anywhere on the back of my panels where it was a lot of open cardstock, I used a tape runner. And then for the smaller areas, I'm going to use a liquid glue. I'm going to have all of my supplies used today listed down below in the video description. If you're familiar with the Hero Arts kits, you know that these are limited in supply. So once it sells out, they are not restocked. So if you're on the fence or thinking about it, I would definitely jump on this. It is a beautiful scene. And as I stated, you can use these panels in so many different ways. You could use just one of the layers. You could use 1 and 2 or combine them and do all 3. Now, there is going to be a second card I create where I'm only using this top panel, which has just the outline of those trees. So lots of cards you can make this holiday season. Or even if you just wanted to create kind of a fun winter scene. I think I've seen a fellow creative member use it as a Halloween scene. So lots of ideas here that you can use. For the sentiment, I am using the sentiments included in the kit. I die cut Merry Christmas out of Nautical Cardstock. So it is a dark blue. And I'm going to die cut them twice and layer those together just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I'm using a fine tip glue bottle to add little dots of glue behind there. And then I like to set something heavy on top and let it sit. Now this adorable little critter is going to be peeking around from one of the trees. These little critters, there's 3 of them all together. I only used the 1, but these critters are included in the premium kit. I also went ahead and die cut out the shadow layer for my words, and I die cut that out of vellum. I love using vellum lately, especially for winter scenes on Christmas cards, because it kind of has that frosted look, which just adds to the whole theme of the project. Now here, once again, I went ahead and added that liquid glue behind my die cut word on the vellum, placed that onto my card front, and then added something heavy on top and let it sit. And I am going to call this card good. I really love these colors included in the kit are just gorgeous. You could do ink blended scenes in the background or even just leave it plain white. Now I had one more card that I wanted to make. This is using the Holiday Reindeer, which I thought was so pretty, and it comes with these ornaments. So I had already die cut my reindeer out of white cardstock and ink blended it with Fawn Ink, and the antler and hose I ink blended with Cup of Joe. Now for the ornaments, I die cut out of a gold glitter cardstock, and I'm adding them to the antlers. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit because that was pretty tricky to get those thin pieces attached to the antlers. So while that's drying, I'm going to create my background. Now in the kit, in the classic kit, you're also getting this white acrylic paint, which is great for splatters. If you've seen me before, you know I love adding splatters, and this is a great liquid for splatters. So I used, again, one of the pieces of cardstock from the kit, added my splatters, which I just took the top off of my bottle and splattered that onto the background. I used my heat tool to help dry my splatters. And now this is one of the dies from the kit from the layering windows, just the one that's got the bare trees. And I added liquid glue to the back of that and placed that over my background. And that really does look like snow. So after I was pretty sure that everything was dry on my reindeer, I'm just taking some fine tip scissors and I'm trimming off the excess pieces of that ornament string so that it just looks like there's some pretty ornaments hanging from the antlers. I'm going to flip my reindeer over and I'm going to add some foam tape behind it to just pop that up from the scene a little bit, give my reindeer a little bit of dimension. I did have to cut these into some fine strips and little squares because I did put the foam squares behind the ornaments too. I thought that would help secure everything in place really well. The sentiment I did off screen, and it comes from the Winter Trees, I believe it's called. I just stamped it in pitch black ink and used the coordinating die to die cut it out and kind of just tucked it right in there by the ornaments and kind of the back side of my reindeer. I thought that was a perfect fit. So there are my two really quick and easy to put together card projects. This is going to be great for your holiday cards this season, and you can make so many different scenes with it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. All of the supplies are listed down below in the video description and over on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again real soon.